This video is intended for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Thumbnails are created to catch attention and may not accurately represent the actual content of the video. The content presented includes a variety of opinions and information gathered from online sources, public discussions, news articles, and community reports. We do not claim full accuracy. Please verify all information independently before making any decisions. This video does not intend to target, defame, or disrespect any individual, store, brand, company, or group. I am not a licensed financial advisor, nutritionist, or emergency management professional. Always do your own research and consult with a qualified expert before making any major purchasing or preparedness decisions. Conditions can change rapidly and individual circumstances vary. The views expressed here are my own and do not constitute professional advice of any kind. This content is meant to spark thoughtful reflection and discussion, not to cause fear or tell you what is right or wrong. Please watch with an open mind. Thank you for being here and for being part of our prepping family. I need you to stop what you're doing for the next 14 minutes, not because I want to scare you, but because what I'm about to share with you is already happening in stores across this country, and most people won't notice it until it's too late. There are 12 items that have been quietly disappearing from grocery shelves. Not all at once, not dramatically, slowly. The way things always disappear before a real shortage hits. These aren't exotic survival foods. These are things you use every single day, things you assume will always be there. And right now, before July, is your last window to stock up before the next wave of price hikes and limited availability locks in. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, understand exactly what to buy, why it matters, and how to do it without spending a fortune. I want you to imagine something. It's a Tuesday evening. You're tired. You reach under your kitchen sink for a trash bag and the box is empty. You walk to the bathroom. You're on your last roll of toilet paper. You check the laundry room. Your detergent bottle has maybe one wash left. You tell yourself, I'll grab those things this weekend. But when you get to the store, the shelves look different. The prices have jumped again. The brand you always buy is sold out. And what's left costs 40% more than it did 6 months ago. That scenario, it's not hypothetical anymore. We are living through one of the most aggressive periods of consumer goods inflation and supply chain instability in recent memory. Tariffs are reshaping where products come from. Shipping costs are still elevated, and manufacturers are quietly doing something called shrinkflation, where the package looks the same, but there's 20% less product inside. Today I'm going to walk you through the 12 everyday household items being hit hardest right now, and why smart preppers are filling their pantries and supply closets with these specific things before July 1st. Let's start with the one nobody wants to talk about running out of. Toilet paper was the first thing to disappear during COVID. Most people thought that was a one-time panic, but here's what they missed. The supply chain for paper products never fully recovered. And with new tariffs that are affecting the pulp and wood fiber markets, we're seeing quiet price creep again. The prepper move here is simple. Buy 1 or 2 extra multi-packs every shopping trip. Store them in a cool, dry place. They don't expire. They take up space, but they will never go to waste. Same manufacturers, same supply chain issues as toilet paper. When one gets hit, the other follows. But here's something most people don't think about. Paper towels in a real emergency scenario become sanitation tools, cleaning wounds, filtering water in a pinch, managing messes when there's no running water. Stock at least a 2-month supply. It's cheap insurance. This one surprises people. Aluminum foil has quietly become one of the most affected items by tariff pressures because aluminum is a commodity material that gets hit early when trade tensions rise. Watch the price per square foot, not just the sticker price. You'll notice the rolls are getting shorter while the boxes stay the same size. Foil is critical for food preservation, cooking without power, and even basic emergency shelter situations. Stock it deep. Same category as foil, petroleum-based packaging materials are directly tied to oil prices and global supply chains. When you see gas prices move, plastic wrap prices follow within 60 to 90 days. For preppers, plastic wrap is about food preservation and moisture control in your storage setup. Don't overlook it. Gallon and quart zipper bags are one of the most underrated prepper supplies out there. They protect documents from moisture. They extend the shelf life of opened, dry goods. They organize your bug-out bag. They keep electronics dry. Buy several boxes in multiple sizes. They're lightweight, cheap, and have dozens of uses beyond just storing leftovers. I know this sounds basic, but think about what trash bags actually do in a grid down or emergency situation. Sanitation, water collection, rain protection, emergency ponchos, covering broken windows, separating contaminated items. A box of heavy-duty contractor bags belongs in every prepper supply. Stock them now while they're still predictably priced. Here's where shrinkflation has been most aggressive. The containers look identical to what they were 2 years ago, but the number of loads per bottle has been quietly reduced, sometimes by as much as 25%. Check the label, count the loads, calculate your cost per load, not your cost per bottle. For long-term storage, powdered detergent lasts significantly longer than liquid. If you're building a serious supply, go powdered and seal it in airtight containers. Dish soap has been diluted. Not just in concentration, the formulas have been adjusted to use cheaper ingredients while keeping the same bottle design. In a survival context, dish soap is also a sanitation tool. It can be used for personal hygiene, washing produce, even basic first aid cleaning. Stock several bottles. It's one of the cheapest items on this list and one of the most versatile. Bar soap has a significant advantage over liquid soap for long-term storage. It lasts almost indefinitely if kept dry. When liquid products are unavailable, bar soap becomes currency in a community sense. It's how people maintained hygiene through every major historical crisis. Buy generic, unscented bars in bulk. Store them unwrapped in a cool, dry place. They'll be just as effective 5 years from now. Oral health collapses faster than people expect in long-term emergency scenarios. Dental pain without access to care is debilitating. Toothpaste has a long shelf life, typically 2 years beyond the printed date before fluoride effectiveness begins to degrade. Stock enough for your entire household for at least 6 months. And don't forget extra toothbrushes. They're essentially free compared to dental problems. If you have animals, dogs, cats, it doesn't matter. This one is critical. Pet food supply chains were severely disrupted during COVID and have never fully stabilized. Certain protein sources are consistently short. Prices have increased 30 to 40% in just the past 2 years. More importantly, your pet cannot adapt to shortages the way you can. They depend entirely on you. Rotate a 60 to 90-day supply of their food. Store it in sealed, airtight containers away from heat. And if they're on a specialty diet, stock even more aggressively. Specialty items disappear first. I save this one for last because it gets overlooked until it's desperately needed. Batteries power your flashlights, your emergency radio, your kids' medical devices, your remote thermometers, your smoke detectors. Alkaline batteries have a shelf life of 10 years when stored correctly, man, meaning room temperature away from moisture. There is no reason not to have a deep supply of these. And in a barter or community resilience situation, batteries are among the first things people come looking for. Now, here's what I want you to actually do. Don't try to buy all 12 of these items today. That's not the move. Instead, this week, pick 3 or 4 of the items you're running lowest on and buy double what you normally would. Just double. That's it. Next week, do the same with 3 or 4 more. Within a month, you'll have a solid 60 to 90-day buffer on all 12 of these categories without breaking your budget or making one massive purchase that feels overwhelming. The goal isn't to hoard. The goal is to build a buffer between your family and the fragility of a system that is proving again and again that it cannot be counted on. The world is changing quietly, and the people who are paying attention, the ones who take these small, consistent steps, are the ones who will be okay. You don't have to be afraid. You just have to be ready. If this video helped you, share it with one person in your life who needs to hear it. And if you're new here, welcome to our prepping family. This community is built on calm, realistic preparation, and I am glad you found us. Stay safe, keep prepping, and I'll see you in the next video.